'Twas the night before renovation. 'Twas the night before renovation, when all through the house, the sound of the kitchen faucet dripping even bothered a mouse. The aprons were hung by the island with care, in hopes that Cameron kitchens would soon be there. The homeowners were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of new cabinets and countertops danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I with my Reno plans had just settled down to dream of the perfect kitchen renovation plan, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter. I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window, I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon reflected off last night's gumbo, gave the luster of high gloss to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a heavy-duty sleigh, and kitchen cabinets and fixtures quite dear, with a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Reno Nick, more rapid than the wind. His workers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now cabinets, now counters, now faucets and fixtures, on backsplash, on basin, on hardware and fixtures, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now mount away, paint away, install away all. As dry leaves blow from our last cold front, they rose to the roof. Up to the housetop the workers they flew, with the sleigh full of samples, and St. Reno Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the thudding and banging of carpenters' boots. As I drew in my head and turning round, down the chimney St. Reno Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in denim, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with drywall and soot, a bundle of blueprints he had flung on his back, and he looked like a tradesman just opening his tool sack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like red oak, his nose like fine cherry, his little mouth drawn up like a bow, with the beard of his chin as white as the snow. The stump of a pencil he held tight in his teeth, and the sawdust had encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a pot of grape jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him. In spite of myself, a wink at his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled our kitchen with all things of custom works. Then turned with jerk, and laying his finger aside his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of the thistle. But I heard him exclaim, as he drove out of sight, "Happy renovation to all, and all a good night."